Hello, everyone. I'm sorry I'm running a little bit late today. My buddy Gene was in here chatting with me, and keep Gene in your prayers. He's getting older. He's having a lot of issues with his legs and things like that. So even though this is, I mean, along with it being an issue for him, we still celebrate Thanksgiving Thursday, as Renee calls it, a day to give thanks, and I give thanks for Gene. He's been a great support for me while I've been here as pastor, and I hate to see him in such decline. Um, so keep Gene Rump in your prayers. The Lord has plans for him, and what that entails, we don't know. Speaking of plans, speaking of what we do, uh, you know, Gene has served as the janitor, as the maintenance person, as the property person here at church for 40 years or more. He's been caring for things and setting things up. Well, it's gotten to the point where he no longer can do a lot of those things. He comes every day, noontime, most of the time, and gets the mail and takes the mail to the post office. But even setting up tables and doing the coffee, he still does that. It's a difficult thing for him. That's been his vocation. We think of vocation and sometimes as a job. And it's not necessarily that. It can be that. We have our professional vocations, our bread-earning vocations, as it were. But God has equipped us with a variety of vocations as a father, a husband, a wife, child, a grandson, granddaughter, all those different. But you can be a Sunday school teacher. You can be a pastor. You can be someone who cares for other people in their need. A lot of different vocation. You say vocation, it's not a very common word, so many people, like I put in my byline there, I thought you said vacation. Everybody gets, oh, wow, vacation. Speaking of which, I will be on vacation next week. I'll still be available. I'll probably try to do these noontime things while I'm away, just because I like keeping in touch with you. But vocations are very important. Always never underestimate the gifts God has given you, and put those to use in whatever vocation you're able to identify. Whatever the Lord might have planned for you to use your time, your talents for His purposes. I want to give an update on what the progress is on gathering together once again. It seems like we're slowly moving in that direction. One of the things we have to do is have a plan, a COVID-19 reopen plan put together in writing. It has to be submitted to the county. I don't know if then it has to be submitted to the state as well, but I think the county's in charge of that. I have a group of people that are going to do that. Myself, Debbie Cochran, Mike Finley, Tom Hutzel, and Sue DeRico. I think that's the group. Bob West, yeah. We will be meeting on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock to try to get started on a policy, on a plan that we can put together. We've got a lot of information that's come to us. And we're required to do a lot of things. We have to guarantee, put in place social distancing or physical distancing. We have to have probably a few more cleaning stations. We have to have a plan for sanitizing after groups meet. If you have one group and then another group coming in afterwards, that has to be cleaned in between. So there's a lot of details we have to work out. We've been fortunate that Foursquare has already been working on their plan, and they have passed that draft along to us and have willingly shared it with us so we can use it as a template to maybe help ours move along a little quicker. But we look forward to the possibility of starting to gather again. One of the options is that some of the churches are talking about is something like a 45-45. What that means is 45 members gathering at physical distance within the sanctuary for 45 minutes, kind of limiting the time together. That works fairly well for us. We can keep our service to about 45 minutes since we don't have communion during that service. That would have to be take place at a separate time for the time being anyway. We'll see how that goes, how that works. But so keep that group, our group of policy planners, in your prayers as we meet on Saturday. Hopefully we can hammer that out fairly quickly, because the sooner we get it done, get it turned in and have it approved, the sooner we can start meeting together. And I know we're all looking forward to that. Of course, it means some people, even though we'll be able to gather, there will be higher risk people that we'll still encourage to stay home for the time being. And we'll continue to stream our services for people such as that they can still connect with us in that regard. So this is a big step. It's going to take a little time. It's going to take a lot of effort, and it's going to need a lot of prayer. But I'm encouraged by it. At least there's a light at the end of the tunnel where we once again can gather together. Yeah, there won't be any hugging and shaking of hands for a while, and we may have to wear masks and always sanitize and things like that. So it'll be a difficult adjustment, because the first thing when we gather is everybody's going to want to hug. They're going to want to, just be close to each other, and that's just going to be such a temptation that we'll have to resist. But I think we can do it, and I think it's worth it if we can start gathering together. And that means as we start to gather together and things improve in our county and in our community, we can look forward to getting started on the story. Now, we've set that date as September 13th, and I think that's a good firm date, regardless if we are able to gather more significantly, say in August, then we might. That's a good time to start. Many churches start the story in the fall for that very reason, because it ends up being at that point in the Bible or in the story during Easter, where we're kind of coincide. So that will be that's a nice blessing that the Lord has seen fit to utilize this pandemic and this delay for. So lots of things going on. I hope that you're looking forward to gathering. I'm hoping that you're doing well, you're safe. We do have over 40 confirmed cases now in our county. So we'll keep those folks in prayer and pray that the spread plateaus and start to decrease here in our midst. In the meantime, be safe, be in prayer, be in the Word, and be faithful in sharing the good news, the hope that we have in all situations is in Jesus Christ. God bless you, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.